All right, we are here live with our new Vice President of Broadcast, Dorothy Tucker from WBBM in Chicago, and the Chicago chapter president, Kathy Cheney. And Kathy, you led this team. You were the campaign manager. How excited are you?
I am overjoyed that my boo won. She works so hard. You just don't know how tirelessly hard she works for the chapter, for the babies, for the national office. Hands down, she is the best candidate. She won. Yeah.
And Dorothy, we had conversations throughout this race, and you were a little nervous because Dedrick Russell was an incumbent, and you were not sure if you could beat him, but you did.
Both of them were big challengers, and they were both very strong. Dedrick, because he's an incumbent, and he's from the Southeast, and we have a lot of members in the Southeast, and Dedrick had a lot of loyal fans who thought that he deserved to be back in, to get back in, and that he worked hard, and they were behind him, and I understood that. Galen, on the other hand, is from the Northeast, and we have many more members on the Northeast, and in fact, the majority of it, and he comes from ESPN, which of course has that big, strong sports background, so they were formidable candidates. So I had to work really, really hard, and that was good, though. It made me work harder. It made me work smarter, I hope. And ultimately, I think I was able to obviously convince the majority, anyway, to give me a chance. But I hope that they stick around. I truly hope that they won't leave. And I know they won't. They're just as dedicated as the rest of us. So I look forward to continuing to work with them.
Of course, I was president of the Detroit chapter for 4 years, and Felicia Henderson now heading up the Detroit chapter. You actually took the time to come in and talk to members of the Detroit chapter during your campaign. How key was that in getting your message out and getting those votes?
I was Region 5 director, and Detroit was in my region before, so I've always loved Detroit. I have a very close affinity for Detroit. It was the first city that I visited for that reason. I felt that if I could convince the people in Detroit to back me, then it would be easier to get the rest of them, because it was important to me to have that Midwest behind me. It was critical, I felt, to have Detroit behind me. So that's why I reached out to Detroit first, and it meant a lot to me. And they signed on very early.
And of course, the Chicago chapter is very strong. And
Yes.
How did that play out during the course of this campaign and getting your members to campaign for Dorothy?
We shoved it down their throats, really.
They didn't have very much of a choice if Kathy was around.
They did not have much of a choice, and we told them that, get a phone tree started, whoever you know, in whatever other market, you get them on board, because losing is not an option. And they came through. They came through for us.
I think we'll see you on the national board at some point, too, huh?
We will. We will. And then I will be the campaign manager, and this will be our next national board member. I promise you that.
All right.
It's for me.
Oh, congratulations.